Had to put a new watch on my wrist. Brand new rooster inside of this whip. Brand new glick, these came with a stick. Nothing like yours, these came with a switch. Had to put a new chain on my neck. Strapped by a gun, nigga, this ain't no tech. Car too fast, nigga, this ain't no vent. Spending this money on it.
I'm not editing that. Alright, we live, baby. Welcome to the Kickback. Welcome to the Kickback. I gotta say it 3 times. Welcome to the Kickback. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. You finally made it.
Yeah.
I got you here, up close, personal, live and direct. This next guest right here, hold on. Time out. I know a lot of people follow me, so all my little cousins and them, this one ain't for you.
I was gonna say, if you under 18, you
exit stage left. All my elderly people, all my church folk.
Y'all might want to listen up.
I love you.
Special sauce.
Exit stage left. This is my disclaimer now. I gotta give you at least 20 or 30 seconds.
Let the church folk stay tuned in because they
my older church folk.
The older church folk.
Yeah, they gotta. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds.
The great age.
Yeah, because you making a decision. This is my disclaimer. All right, this one ain't for you. All right, so we at it, man. So welcome to the Kickback. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
First and foremost, before I even introduce you, you know, it's a tradition. You definitely got to take this shot to, you know, more life, successful black people, health and wealth, longevity, prosperity, just a good person right here. And we're going to get into that in a snippet.
Salud.
Ooh, I thought I caught you. Almost caught her. She ain't flipped up over. She was gonna have to take another one.
They're gonna get me.
So, welcome to the Kickback. My next guest goes by the name of
Tyomi Morgan.
Tyomi Morgan. Miss Amazon, what? What is it?
Glamazon.
Glamazon. Correction. I stand corrected. Now look, I'm not even gonna lie. For you, I got notes.
You got notes.
I got notes.
He has a picture of a piece of paper with the notes on the iPad.
I'm a trench baby. So look, right off the top, I'm just gonna read your bio. That's all
my updated bio.
I'm just gonna read your bio, and that's gonna be your alley-oop to jump in.
Okay.
So, real Glamazon Tyomi. Sex therapist is the first thing on that. Founder of the Cowgirl Workout. We're going to get into that. Celebrity intimacy coach. Authentic Tantra practitioner. I'm going to pin that one. Authentic Tantra practitioner and intimacy coordinator. This is your time to shine. We got some interesting, that bio alone.
That's my short condensed bio from Instagram. So the only reason why sex therapist is there, but then you have sex coach, because I'm not a therapist. I don't have a degree in psychology or psychiatry.
Okay.
But I mean, what I do falls under the umbrella of therapy and being a coach. So yeah, but I've been in this work for, this year will be 12 years.
12 years?
Started out as a sex blogger. My blog, Glamorotica101.com, and my YouTube channel. I'm one of the YouTube OGs. Like, I was on YouTube when it first started. So I started my page in 2010, and I think at that time YouTube was probably 2 or 3 years old.
That's dope.
So I've been.
You've been in it.
Been out here, yes.
That's dope. That's dope. So, I mean, you know, I started my YouTube journey. I started a YouTube, but I didn't post nothing on there. You know what I'm saying? You just start a profile so you can like, subscribe. You know, it's connected with your Google. But you've been in it. You've been posting.
I was on YouTube before it was connected to Google. You know, Google bought YouTube, I would say, in the mid-2010s.
So you're OG.
Yep, OG.
You're OG.
OG on Twitter, too.
So let's go, I didn't get past your bio. So, first of all, the one that stumbled me, I'm gonna go for what I don't know. What is an authentic Tantra practitioner?
So, Authentic Tantra is a specific modality that was created by my mentor and best friend, Davy Ward Erickson. She's from Detroit, but she lives in Kelowna, BC currently. The Institute of Authentic Tantra Education is located in Kelowna, BC, Canada, and it is the only government-accredited school in the world to teach Tantra, which is a spiritual practice that's rooted in 4 pillars, this specific modality: meditation, movement, connection, and pleasure. So Tantra is a spiritual practice, is weaving light and sound with form. Light being visualization, sound, mantra, form, body. So it's a spiritual side of sex. And we teach people how to use their sexual energy to heal themselves.
I feel like I should go get a pen and paper. Like,
you should take some notes.
I feel like I should be taking
some
like
notes.
This is a lecture. Like she got it down to a science.
I do this.
She does this.
I've done dozens of podcasts. I've had my own radio shows. I have a lot of media training.
Okay, so how did your calling come about? Like, how did you know that you had superpowers that you had? How did it call? How did it start?
Well, I mean, in high school, I took an interest in studying sexuality from like the physiological standpoint and studying the Kama Sutra, which I always like really interested in. So the Kama Sutra is, you can say, rooted in Hindu Tantra. What I practice in Authentic Tantra, that's rooted in Tibetan Tantra. So it's 2 different styles of Tantra.
Wait a minute, I didn't have that class in high school.
It wasn't in high school. I just, I'm a nerd, so I was always doing extracurricular.
On the side.
Yeah, I was always in the library.
Because I was going to say, if I would have got a credit for that, come on, man.
I mean, you know what? When I was in high school, I was studying art, because I went to art school first.
Right.
So I had independent study, so I got the chance to go to the library and do what I wanted to do. So I was always reading books. And I would ask my mom and my dad if it was okay for me to go to the library here in Berkeley and check out whatever books they had on like human sexuality and read up on it, and then watch documentaries on the Discovery Channel on human sexuality.
Been interested.
Yes, but interested for like my own awareness, because there was a point, like I grew up in the church, went to Rock Baptist Church in Maywood.
Okay.
Shout out to the Rock.
Shout out to the Rock. Reverend Wiley.
Yes, that was
Hey, Reverend Wiley, this one ain't for you, man.
You know what? I'm gonna leave that alone. But growing up in the church, though, I did feel like kind of shame around my sexuality. So I wanted to do research for myself so that I wasn't so shook by it.
Right.
Fast forward to my early 20s. I was writing for like a hip hop blog here in Chicago, so I was like covering live shows and doing album reviews and stuff, and so I was like popping on the scene and also modeling.
Right.
And it got to a point where like my modeling career took a shift, and then my dad kind of pulled me to the side and was like, look, you're a very prolific writer. You should be using your writing for something. Don't care what you write about, but I promise you if you write, you'll get everything you want in life. And I was like, alright. And at the time, this is when blogging became like the big thing. Like it was just started coming on the scene. And my late aunt, Nicole L. Shields, God rest her soul, she was a writer and very heavy in the literary community in New York and Chicago. So she printed out this blog manual and gave it to me and was like, here, you should start a blog. You don't have to go to school for journalism to write.
So she gave you the blueprint.
She gave me the blueprint.
And you took it and ran.
And also Tony Williams, shouts out to him. That's Kanye's like first cousin, and he works with him on a lot of his like
Kanye West's cousin?
Yes.
Okay.
So the world famous Tony Williams, I started working with him, doing like junior PR work, writing press releases for him, and also helping like promote his album on MySpace and on Twitter in the early days. And he also had me syndicating, at the time I had a fashion blog. So he had me syndicating my fashion blog on his blog, the world famous Tony Williams.
I'm guessing that the fashion was kind of,
it
like lingerie, no?
No. So before getting into sexual health work, I was studying fashion design. I went to Pratt Institute in Brooklyn.
All type of fashion.
Yeah, like I wanted to be, I either wanted to do haute couture design or I wanted to do mass market. So I went to school in New York for a year, one of the top schools in the world, like number 2 in the world for fashion design. Only 28 students get in there like every year, Pratt Institute. So there's a Pratt Institute Manhattan, Pratt Institute Brooklyn. I went to the one in Brooklyn, which is in Clinton Hill, right? Like literally steps away from Marcy Projects.
There we go.
So I had a fashion blog because I thought that was gonna be the thing. But you know, because Tony and Gabe like really into fashion, he had me syndicating my blog or his blog, so he taught me how to use WordPress. So learning how to use WordPress, that was the bare bones.
Right.
Because that was the platform that basically I still use to this day for my website.
Right.
So, but I kind of got bored with it, so I was like, I don't think fashion is what I'm supposed to serve. Like, I don't see myself, like, I don't see this being as impactful as it can be.
And then the light bulb came on.
So I sat, because I do a lot of brainstorming sessions with myself.
These shots really quick, you know what I'm saying?
Shot, everybody.
You cheated us on the shot again. There we go. All right. We back at it. I just had to check my equipment really quick because, you know, I'm a one-man band, so sometimes I have to be on that side.
It's an intern from Columbia.
Yeah, you know, sometimes I have to be on both sides of the camera.
Or Triton College.
Triton College? Intern?
Yeah.
Free work, free labor?
For real, like, the original interns at... All you gotta do is go and write the communications department at Triton, let them know you have a podcast, and let them know that you have opportunities for their students to work with you for credit. And you will have an intern who will be right behind there.
Let me write that down. No, I got you.
Taking care of everything.
See, that's why I like bumping elbows with, you know, this is what this all about, right? So, you know the concept of the kickback. Of course we kicking back. We're kicking back. We chilling, we hanging out, we having a good time, you know. But the other concept behind the word kickback is once you make it certain places, once you bump elbows with certain people, you know, kick back that information.
Triton College, DuPage, so Triton College, DuPage, Concordia, Columbia, even the Art Institute, any college locally, even Northwestern, U of I, they all have communications departments.
So I'll get some free labor out of one of them. Some assistance.
It's assistance and it's helping them learn and they're earning their credits.
You know what?
For work study.
That might be the move.
It is the move.
Don't worry, my staff, my editors, you know, I'm keeping y'all, you know, y'all with the home team.
You just need somebody to be back behind the board.
Y'all schedule, you know,
checking the
everybody's
sound quality.
Yeah.
You need an audio engineer to mix down the sound, because I heard the sound earlier, and I was like, you need to mix that better.
Constructive criticism.
Yeah, because
it's coming in
hot.
This is a learning process, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted, you know. Highly professional.
You got the setup.
Highly professional. But you know, once I get a couple of key players on the team, like you said, hey, we'll be in business. And I'll drink to that.
Cheers.
She thought
you gotta start somewhere.
That one though. Ooh! That one though? Oh, wait a minute.
Nope. Come on.
I forgot.
Nope, you ain't forget. That shot hit you in the nose.
It didn't go down right.
See? Because you're trying to breathe and drink at the same time.
It didn't go down right. Let me get back. What's my itinerary? let's get to it.
So really my dad inspired me to be a sex blogger because...
Wait a minute.
Yep.
I'm gonna make this a snippet.
My dad inspired me to be a sex blogger. Because when I sat down and I started brainstorming about, because with blogging, like you have to have a passion for something you can talk about consistently, right? So I was like, what do I know a lot about? And I would never get tired talking about, and it will be impactful on the world. And I was like, ooh, sex.
And was this an inner thought or did you think it out loud?
It was an inner thought that I also ran by my parents. So I had a conversation with my dad, and he was like, I like it. This is very important, so go forward and prosper, you know?
That's dope.
And then with my mom, I was brainstorming names.
So basically,
and for the longest time, like I was literally going back and forth. Yeah. My mom was like, just do it, right? It's funny, because then when I did it, my mom was like, I don't like it, and I was like, I don't care. She cool now with it because it's taken me very far. But yeah, so I sat and I brainstormed and I came up with a name, Glamorotica 101. And then I started my blog, and at first, I wasn't gonna put my picture up there. I was gonna be anonymous and just run my blog. And then one of my mentors in radio, his name is Ahmad, he was like,
Put a face on it.
Your image is very powerful. And then the reason why I decided to go into it was because when I did my research at the time, I was researching in like 2009, 2010. I wasn't seeing a lot of black women that looked like me talking about sex. It was a lot of white women, a lot of older white women. And I really didn't see the black face until I stepped into the work, right?
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to serve as a representation for black women, and I'll start my blog.
And see where it takes you.
Yeah, and so I said at the time I was modeling, so I had all kind of pictures, and there was this one picture that I had that was beautiful. It was on a white rug. My friend stayed out south on 67th and some shit like that. It was by a cemetery, just know that. And it had this beautiful like condo that had these floor to ceiling windows with these like drapes and this beautiful like oatmeal colored couch, and I had like white lingerie and I was on this white rug. So I was like, oh, let me get this picture. So it was nice, you know. So I put that as my banner, and then I'll never forget this. I went down to Atlanta for Fluidity weekend to go hang out with a lover, and while I was waiting for him at the airport, while I was waiting for him at the airport, I sat with my journal and I wrote out my first 5 blog posts. And then
the rest is history.
Yeah, I launched it when I got back to Chicago on that Monday. And then I remember being at work, because I used to work for a merchant service provider, selling like merchant machines to, you know, run credit cards or whatever. But I would just sit at work.
Let me pay my credit card bill.
Yeah, do that. I would just sit at work, monitoring my blog, seeing the numbers run up. Yeah. And so, it was crazy because like within the first 2 weeks of me launching, people was like, what the fuck? Because again, I was already on the scene. A lot of people already knew me. Like I knew all the personalities at WGCI. I knew like all these DJs and like musical artists in the city. And even like some like national people. And some people was like, what the fuck?
What's going on?
Because I was like very quiet, you know, even though on the scene, just kind of reserved. So they're like,
and unexpected for you to have it.
And then they'd be like, hold on, the person in the banner, that's the person saying all of this stuff.
All because you didn't put a face with it until then. I put
a face to it right away.
Oh.
So they would look at the articles and read it and be like, this is some good stuff. But then they'll see the picture and be like, so the person in the picture is the person also saying this stuff. Right. But then how do you know about all this? And I'm like, why? How do you think? I researched my fucking. I'm very confused about why you're asking this dumbass question.
Right.
So, started getting radio interviews right away. Because again, I had friends in radio.
Nice.
One of the first people to support me was Tony Schofield and Leon Rogers from WGCI when they had their morning show.
So pause there. So shout out to Tony Sco and Leon Rogers because you kick back. And this is what this show is about. You know what I'm saying? You threw the alley-oop, you know, you kick back your resources, you know, you made a way, and then, you know, the rest is history. So they kick back. You see what I'm saying?
They did. I appreciate that because, like, I remember my way of figuring out if I wanted to do this as a career, I was like, let me go to the Sex Expo. So there's a Sex Expo called Exotica. And they had a show in Chicago.
In Rosemont.
Right. And so I went. And I was like, if I can feel comfortable in this space, I know I can do this work. And so I went in there, I had wore like a corset and some like liquid latex leggings and some heels. And I had like bangs, a little Chinese bang, black hair thing going on all the time. And so everybody was so nice, and everybody was trying to recruit me to do work. And then one person that I met that I'm still cool with to this day is Sarah J. Sarah J saw me and was like, you come here. I was like,
Is this before everything?
Yes, before. This was my market research.
Right. Because I was going to ask you about day one.
Because DJ Moondog was also at Exotica. I remember seeing him. I was like, what you doing here? Because I was a Moondog mommy back in the day when he had this whole like model thing. Anyway, so after doing Exotica, I was like, not only am I comfortable in this space and am I going to move forward with doing this work, but I want to teach at this convention because they have like seminars.
Right.
And so I called them and I asked them if I could speak. And in 2012 was my first time speaking publicly as a sex educator at their show.
Nice.
And now I work for the company as their seminar coordinator and official sex expert.
One of the main ones.
I'm the only one.
The only one.
I am
the onlyest one.
I am the
I'll be saying
resident,
the onlyest one.
I am the residence expert for the Exotica Expo and the seminar coordinator. So the seminar series before I came in was just a bunch of people who had booths
Right.
and just wanted to talk.
Mm-hmm.
But when they hired me in 2017, they hired me to curate the seminar series. So basically to tap into my resources because I have a strong brand, to tap into my resources and to bring other sex educators in to teach.
Nice.
And since then, seminar series has grown and has grown the show. So now we have people who come not only for the adult entertainment, but for the sex education.
Mm-hmm.
And I spearhead that seminar series with my seminars. And my classes are typically the biggest and the most packed.
Yeah, you be having a whole college, what you call it, auditorium.
All the seats are always
just like
filled.
the sex professor.
Yeah, all the seats are always filled, and people are like literally, it's like standing room. And be hot in that bitch because edutainment.
Exactly.
Educating.
So let me ask you this.
entertainment.
Tell us about the Cowgirl Workout.
Wow.
Like, how did that come about?
Yeah.
Of course, it's a position.
Yeah.
But it's more than a position. Was this your favorite position?
So when I started my YouTube channel in conjunction with Glamorotica 101, my whole goal was to do sex position tutorials because at the time, nobody on YouTube was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
I even got on Tosh.0 on Comedy Central because I was doing sex position tutorials.
You was the onlyest one?
I was.
Okay.
Because when Tosh.0, when the producers from Tosh.0 on Comedy Central went into YouTube and put in sex positions,
Right.
I popped up. And then they booked me, and I'm still getting. I literally got back home yesterday and had 6 SAG-AFTRA checks from this show. I'm still getting residual checks from this show that I did in 2013.
Talk to them.
Okay.
They still kicking back.
Yeah, they still kicking back them checks
You hear me?
from the internet sales. Okay.
Shout out to them.
So, whenever I would do cowgirl position, because see, YouTube is a window to the world, so you're reaching out to people internationally. So women from all over the world would be like, Tyomi, this is cool and all, but what do I do when I get up there? Like, it's a worldwide epidemic. Women don't know how to ride dick.
And it's a lot of lazy ones. So explain to us, what is the Cowgirl Workout? Like, let's go in
the
depth.
Cowgirl Workout
We need details.
The Cowgirl Workout was birthed from all the women on my YouTube channel who were literally crying, begging, and pleading with me to understand what to do once they get on top. So, I made 3 tutorials. I made one that was kind of like a music video that was set to Wale featuring Jeremiah Body. And then I made 2 tutorials breaking the moves down. How to ride part 1 and part 2. How to ride part 2 went viral everywhere, including Nigeria. And because it went viral in Nigeria, it went viral in Africa, and I have a huge African following.
Hence, you just came back from?
From Kenya. I had 2 sold out cowgirl events in Kenya.
That's a flex.
Which is my second time in Africa because I sold out my first African class in Nigeria in 2019. And I put that tour on myself and booked all of my press.
Talk to them.
I did terrestrial radio and popular podcasts in Nigeria. Shouts out to Tools and Gabini Yo. Shouts out to my girl Tenu and the Aristocrat group. So,
so the Cowgirl Workout.
The Cowgirl Workout was a call to action for women who wanted to learn how to ride dick. Because when they asked me this question, I sat and I was like, all right, let me do my research. And I empathize with them because I remember the first time I was asked to ride a dick. I literally, so when I went to Pratt Institute in New York, I started having sex with partners. So I lost my virginity in college at 19 on a snow-in. It was snowing, and I had a crush on this Haitian dude, and we ended up getting in, and I was very underwhelmed. I'm not gonna hold you. I was very underwhelmed. However,
this was college?
Yes. I was a virgin all the way up until college. So, because high school.
And look at you now.
Anyway.
College?
Yes.
We talking about practice?
At 19.
No comment, but.
So.
No comment. Hold that thought though. I'm gonna refill these really quick. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Hold that thought.
I love that you hold him accountable for these
college.
Shots.
Everybody.
For me in high school. Fuck them niggas.
Oh.
Because all of them now is like, and I'm like, nigga, the fuck? Because you see my shit on the internet. Because your girl got a Google knowledge panel and it says that I'm an internet personality. So that means I'm famous because Google recognizes me as an internet personality.
And they passed up on you. Just like that. Alright, so let me re-up on these shots. I'm not even sure which one is Reposado or which one is a name.
It don't matter at this point.
It don't matter at this point.
I can tell
it's
though.
all down Julio.
I can tell though.
It's all down Julio.
I can tell. Put it down.
Put it down. What I need is a lemonade. I just need a lemonade.
We left off on how the Cowgirl Workout came to be. So, I empathized with all the women around the world who did not know how to ride dick because I remember when I did not know how. So this is my third partner in now. Okay. Excuse me. I lost my virginity in Brooklyn. And at this point in time, I realized that it was very easy to catch dicks. So, my first...
It was very easy to what?
Catch dicks. Very easy to catch a dick. To catch a dick is very easy. Y'all niggas it's easy. God. Anyway. I met this person when I went to 106th and Park. That doesn't even exist anymore.
Don't.
But I had a relationship with producers at 106th and Park because I went there in high school. So I met this guy there who was like he was a stage director. And he lived in Brooklyn. So he invited me over, and it's before Netflix, but it was a Netflix and chill, and I didn't know because I was naive. I had just started having sex with partners, right? So he invited me over to watch movies and have Chinese food, and then we ended up having sex. And then he's like, get on top.
The moment of truth.
And I got on top and I waved the white flag. Because I don't care. I'm going to let you know when I don't know how to do something very well. I will tell you that. So I was like, excuse me, sir. I literally just started having sex with partners. You're my third one. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And he was like, oh, just try. And so I did what every woman typically does, is the scoop thing. You know?
He was like, that one day.
And he was getting crazy. And then he was like, let's just switch positions. And he put me in doggy style. So while in doggy style, I'm sitting there getting it, taking it, and I'm like, also thinking like, I'm never gonna let this shit best me again. This is embarrassing.
Right.
I wish I would let a sex position get best of me. This is trash. I'm a Scorpio.
Right.
I have pride.
Let me pause though. Let me jump in. So
pride.
Was it like your legs was tired, or you just didn't know what the fuck to do?
This was my third sexual partner. I had not had sex with partners until I was 19 years old.
Right. So you just...
And I was catching dicks very easily in Brooklyn.
Right.
Niggas was on me in Brooklyn. Nobody was on me in Chicago when I was growing up.
Talk to them.
So in Brooklyn, I was catching dick. A lot of it. So this is my third partner. This is a grown ass man. So I was like, what the fuck? So I started studying the goats. I studied Roxy Reynolds.
Shout out Roxy.
She sells perfume and cologne now.
But when she started it?
She started riding dick severely.
Exactly. So you did your research.
I did my research.
Because you like reading books and shit.
Right, but there's no books on how to ride dick. There's only porn videos on how to ride dick. So I started watching porn to study the mechanics. And then I was looking at it like, okay, the body's moving like this. And then
what did you learn?
I learned that it's about hip isolation. So I would take what I observed and I would, like the parts that I had, and someone would be like, hey, can we try? So I literally, shout out to my partners who are my early
educators.
Yes. I got one partner who believes he made me. I'm like, no, nigga, you did not. Okay.
It might be true though.
It's not true.
It's always possibly true.
He was a part of my journey. He did not make me because I had all this knowledge before him. But he helped me to apply and integrate. So I appreciate him for that. But you ain't make me, brother. Anyway.
I'm gonna be on your side, man. I don't even know your name.
Man,
I'm gonna be on your side.
Light skins, wheels are together. Fuck y'all.
You really did make her because.
Man, I will smush you right now, but I'm gonna be respectful.
He coached you.
I'm gonna be respectful.
Regardless if you became Michael Jordan after him, he coached you. He started you.
Right, thank you, Theo, because he wilding right now. Anyway.
Look, the poodle jumping in.
You know, I'm poodle here, Maltese. Okay, don't do him.
So look though.
So
proceed.
So I studied, I applied.
Yes.
I integrated.
Okay.
And then I made those tutorials, right? So shout out to all the millennial women who were in college watching me on YouTube and they got their sexual confidence because like I've inspired a whole generation of women, right?
So you started when you was in college?
I started, like it would be college age, like I would have graduated, but I dropped out of college at first. I have my degree now in digital filmmaking, I went back to school, but there were women who were in college that were watching me on YouTube and they became sexually empowered because they were watching me on YouTube. So some women got it, and then a lot of women still did not get it. And
so is Cowgirl Workout your bread and butter? It is.
So the Cowgirl Workout is my main product. And in 2016 is when I started teaching this technique and touring with it. So my first ever show was at a male review. I was dating an exotic dancer at the time, and he was like, I think that you should teach the Cowgirl Workout at our show in Denver.
So let me ask you a question. Is it just a demonstration or is
it a workout?
No. I mean, when you come to the presentation, is it real or is it just a demonstration?
It's just a demonstration of movement.
Okay, got it.
Right? So I'm not having
don't get too
people unless I'm at a lifestyle party. I've never been hired to do the Cowgirl Workout at a lifestyle party, like to perform it, but I would. You know what I mean? Please pick him up.
So if any event that you do, I'm the one who started it. Can I get my credit? Because you didn't give the other light-skinned boy credit.
First of all, I didn't even credit. I said that he helped me to integrate.
You said
but he did not make me.
He didn't start me. He did
not make me.
Okay.
He helped me to integrate what I was already learning. I will never negate that because I have a lot of partners who were like my integration partners. I would read something and learn it and then be like, hey, can we try this out? And they'd be like, yeah. And I appreciate them for that, you know? So
your next endeavor, it will be dope to do it, the demonstration the real way.
I mean, it would. And also, I'm thinking about it because I'm hosting a lifestyle party with Omarion's brother Orion in July in Atlanta. And I have this one like performance like I was going to do, but I could just do that. I really could.
Can I get credit at the bottom? I'm just trying to get in while I fit in.
The credit at the bottom, ain't nobody. Anyway, so.
I'm just saying, man.
I taught this class in Denver at this male review, and at male reviews, it's a lot of like 4-figure women, but that was fucking with it. And I always tell my clients, it don't matter what kind of body you in, small, medium, large, extra large, it don't matter.
That was one of my questions on here.
It don't matter. If
so
you have the willingness to move.
Let me fast forward to one of my questions, right? So, as seeing you in your glory, like, like I envision you as like the number one, like you're not like what you call it, like a stick, a broomstick. So basically you probably like
I've been thinking my whole life.
a plus size model, woman, lady, whatever you want to call it. So one of my questions was, what do you feel like? What is your opinion on the women that think that they have to have a perfect body to feel sexy? What do you think about that? Like, not shaming anybody that because you don't know they you know.
So no one has a perfect body. Even the women who've gotten their bodies done or altered via surgery don't have perfect bodies. They have scars. Some of them have fibrosis.
Right.
Some of them have lopsided bodies. That's just what it is. It's imperfect. And so even Beyonce is airbrushed. You know what I mean? No one has a perfect body. And so it's really a matter of understanding that. And then if you just go and walk down the street and look at the average person, you'll realize that the average person has cellulite, has a belly, got long titties, you know, or small titties with big nipples, whatever. Everybody got something that would be considered to be imperfect.
Right.
And so stop judging yourself based on the white male patriarchal standard of beauty. Eurocentric beauty doesn't, first of all, match black beauty. Like, it does not define us. So, you gotta get out of that, first and foremost.
So where did you get that confidence?
From living life, and also growing up in an Afrocentric family, and also growing up in a family of women who are all thick as hell. Like,
what is the Afrocentric family?
Afrocentric, okay, my late aunt Nicole L. Shields, who was very influential in the literary community in New York and Chicago, she had the largest personal library of black literature.
Your aunt?
Yes. She had a personal library that was named after Nora Neale Hurston.
And she owned it?
And she owned it. Her library was so large that we had to donate her books when she passed away to historically black colleges because we couldn't find anywhere else to take her books.
Where was she
in her house, yes.
Oh.
Yeah, she used to live in the West Loop.
That's dope.
And every loft that she lived in, she made sure it had a room big enough to fit her library.
That's dope.
So is she
a collector of books, or does she write? Or she write
both.
Both.
And she was also the carekeeper of Gwendolyn Brooks' writings.
Which is?
So Gwendolyn Brooks.
You might not know.
Gwendolyn Brooks is one of the greatest black poets that ever lived. And so whenever a publication or a news outlet or any type of like media outlet wanted to use Gwendolyn Brooks' writings, they would have to go through her to get permission to publish it.
That's dope. Right? That's dope. So let me cut you off.
So
because
being Afrocentric came from her.
Let me cut you off because it's shot o'clock. I did it. Eventually. So look.
Let's give you that.
So listen, right? So now, this next segment, you know, it's about question and answer.
Hold on. Real quick before we go into that.
Absolutely.
I just want to say this. For any woman that is listening, whether you're black, Hispanic, white, Asian, whatever, I'm going to need you to ride some dick. Period. Alright?
Tell them again.
If you don't know how to ride dick, come and join the Cowgirl Workout. I train assassins. I've been featured in Cosmopolitan. I've been featured on Epics on the show Sex Life Season 3. I've been featured on Fuse TV and Sex Sales Season 2 with Weezy from Horrible Decisions. We've been featured in Business Insider. We've been featured on Hype Bay, WeTV, and countless of other platforms that stand behold. Women's Health Magazine, which was the best article to date. So, I'm just saying, if you really want to learn how to improve your intimate movement, come join the tribe. It's a whole community. And I promise you, if you're trying to get something out your man, learn how to ride dick. And also, primarily for yourself, because that's how you're going to receive the most pleasure out of your sexual experiences. Because you get to choose how much dick you take, how deep you take it, how long you take it, and the pacing of the sex. You become the dominant in that situation. So just saying, join the tribe. TheKickBack.com.
The tribe. So how has that feedback been?
Go read the articles, please.
That's phenomenal.
Google the Cowgirl Workout, and all the articles will pop up. It's phenomenal. Like, I just love how like some women join because they just want the workout.
Yes.
And the way that it impacts their lives and helps them to just open up and just feel more comfortable in their bodies. Some women have like moved through grief from going through the workout. Some women have healed vaginismus, which is painful sex from doing my workout.
You see these vocabulary words she got? So let me ask you this question. How long have you been doing it? How many years?
Since 2016, so it's been 8 years.
Okay, 8 years. In your 8 years, have you personally learned like something from doing it? Like have you?
I always learn. So one thing, so I say that I teach 8 different stroke patterns, right?
Okay, hold on, let me write this down. No, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
I teach 8 different stroke patterns, and a 9th one came from my clients. Because when I was teaching, I'll never forget this. I was in Philly and I was teaching a class, and there was a number of women who were doing this one stroke
that was different,
backward way, and I was like, and I was looking at them and I was like, that's not wrong though. And so I was like, all right, y'all, let's try it this way.
Was that like the Meg Stallion?
Nah.
Not that?
First and foremost, Meg needs to come and take the Cowgirl Challenge.
She needs to take the Cowgirl Challenge?
Not that she needs to. I want her to because she got the good knees.
She got
and
good
what's
knees.
funny is when I went to Nigeria,
you gotta have good knees.
When I went to Nigeria, everybody was like, oh, we got both the American babes. Tyomi is here with the good knees. Megan is coming next week. She has the good knees. They literally were like, we got both good knees from America. And I was just like, I love that y'all compare me to Meg Stallion because I feel seen because she is like my height.
Yeah.
I'm bigger than her, but same height. So, like,
she need to take the workout.
Not take it, but I would like for her to take the challenge so that she can show other women who are fans of her that it's possible, right? She's my ultimate like celebrity client, right? And I've had other celebrity clients.
That's dope.
So like, you know, it's literally a workout. We sweat, we move. Women, it's not a weight loss program, but women have lost weight. I had one client go from a size 22 to a size 16.
Wait, so talk to them. What you want to say to them?
See, you know, if I had a liquor sponsor for my podcast, it would be Moe, because I'm a bougie bitch.
It'll be what?
I drink Moe. Champagne.
This is also a nail. It's not Blanco. It's a nail.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you who tequila lit is LeBron James.
Hold this.
LeBron James.
Read it. Let's see your vote. Let's see your.
I've had this. I'm not really a big fan of this one, but LeBron James.
What's his called?
Lobos.
You like that?
Lobos tequila.
It's a good look.
Also, I heard that Jordan Sparks was coming out with tequila too.
Wait, is his like, do he got a nail?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
he just got Blanco?
No, he got it all.
Okay.
It's smooth and it's lit. Like, it gets you there, but not right away. It's like you slide into the high.
Like sneaky freaky?
It's sneaky.
Cool.
It's so smooth and peppery. I love it.
Listen, so now I got my hold on, let me not mess up the title. God damn. I'm not editing that one. Keep it in there. Some men think that's sexy.
I burp.
Not me.
Gaseous extreme.
Okay, so look though. What is the title again? Sex educator?
I'm a sex
Because you're not a therapist.
I am a sex educator, sex coach, intimacy coach.
Coach. I like coach.
Coach.
I like coach. Sex coach. I have my sex coach right here, Mrs.
Tommy Morgan, Glamorotica Tyomi is known on the internet. Thank you very much.
What she said. What she
She
said.
was lit.
So-
I saw it. He said, fuck it up.
Now, I'm gonna get into the fun part. I let her do her thing. Listening to her talk, I really wish I had a pen and paper because I could have wrote half of that stuff down because she really know what she's talking about. She got vocabulary words, she got educational moments, she got teaching moments, and she got experience to reference what she's talking about.
I do this.
There you go. So now, it's my time to shine.
Go ahead.
So we're gonna have a little fun.
Go ahead, black man.
So, I'm gonna ask you,
Guilty.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
What percentage of women do you think are bisexual or bi-curious?
I don't have an answer for that, but I will say that bi-curiosity is higher than bisexuality. I think that the fantasy of, and if I were to go into the statistics, there is one particular researcher.
I got it. Go ahead. It's gonna catch your voice. Trust me.
There's one. No,
Don't do that.
Wait for the table. Hold on, wait. Let's move this.
Yeah, you broke it.
I did not break
You
it.
broke it.
No, it just came out of the straps.
No pun intended. So anyway.
Right. That's
You
apropos.
going on record as the first person that broke the mic.
I didn't break it. It came out of the straps. You just gotta put it back into
Okay,
the
listen.
strap.
Alright. Okay. Just let it go. Let it go.
Okay.
Let it go.
So,
And don't worry about it. Just let it go. It's gonna catch your voice. I
in my
promise.
experience,
I promise it is.
in my experience, I have observed so many more women who profess to be straight who are bi-curious. And sexuality it exists on a spectrum. It's fluid. So people who think that they are completely straight, they have other desires that fall outside of the straight spectrum. So I don't have a specific number on the percentage of women.
Is it high or low?
I will say that, because my core demographic are black women, and I'm going to say that there are a great number of black women who are bi-curious. So they are willing to interact with women, but they will not identify as bisexual because they only want to dibble-dabble. They do not have a primary attraction to women and men.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
The way that society is built up, they gotta protect themselves, That's why that term,
I'm pansexual, so
that term sneaky freaky.
yeah. People want to do the sneaky stuff because, and specifically speaking of our community, the black community, there are a lot of sexual expressions that are not generally accepted by our community. And so a lot of people do their exploration in secret, which also carries guilt and shame. And guilt and shame do not allow a person to really fully express their sexual desires and fantasies because they're not doing it in the fullness of pleasure. They're doing it in hiding.
That's dope. So let me ask you, how important is sex in a relationship?
So in a romantic partnership, this is a two-sided question because I'm going to say as a professional that sex is just as important as working out or feeding your body because it maintains the romantic partnership. Because the difference between a romantic partnership and platonic is sex. Let's be clear here.
It is.
It's the feelings of love, but the feelings of love, like, love is not special to romantic partnerships. You have love in your familial relationships, and your platonic relationships, and your friendships, right? Even sometimes in your relationships with coworkers. With a romantic partnership, the difference is the sex. So sex is very important in a romantic partnership, and how important sex is in a romantic partnership is dependent on the two people in it. Because some people will say, oh, sex is not that important to me. Either because they are asexual, meaning they don't have sexual feelings, or, which I think is really the majority of the time, there is some type of trauma that is present that is preventing them from truly connecting to their sexual nature.
Trauma, you said?
Yeah. Trauma is the #1 cause of sexual disconnection.
Interesting.
And the only way that people move through that is through therapy.
Interesting.
Traditional therapy and sex coaching. You need a team, a tribe.
It take a village?
Yes, it does. It does, especially as a black person.
Okay, so my next question for you is, if you are not happy with or upset with your partner, do you still give them sex?
Obligatory sex is not necessarily pleasurable for the person who is doing the giving when they feel like it is an obligation. So if you are so some people enjoy like angry sex,
makeup sex,
or makeup sex because they feel that it's filled with passion. And there is nothing wrong with that as long as both parties consent.
Right.
If one person is reluctant but they feel like it is an obligation and they're going to go forward anyway, that's not truly consensual because it's not an enthusiastic yes.
Interesting.
Consent means enthusiastically saying yes. But if you feel it is an obligation and you really don't want to do it, but you're like, well, this my dude, well, this my lady, I gotta do it, we just gonna go do it.
That don't sound good.
Exactly, but that is how a lot of people feel. Now, it is okay if it's makeup sex and both people are like, we want to do this because this is our ritual, this is how we reconnect, and we fuck it out.
Do you like makeup sex?
I never did that.
You never had makeup sex?
No.
As a sex expert, you never makeup sex?
No, because I don't.
You have to be on the same page.
I've never been in a relationship where my partner was so angry at me that the only way that we could reconnect was through sex.
Interesting.
I've never been in a relationship like that, so I don't have that experience.
So, on record, you never had makeup sex?
No.
Interesting.
I've never had makeup sex.
Interesting. Okay. I digress.
I've never been. So my last monogamous relationship was in 2009, and I've been polyamorous ever since.
Okay. So let me ask you, the next question is, why don't the average woman grant their man a threesome? Don't spit it out.
What's up? I don't spit, let's ask it. So
I had to put a new watch on my wrist. Brand new rooster inside of this whip. Brand new glick, these came with a stick. Nothing like